Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? So tonight we are watching along Chelsea v Everton, and I'm sure you guys are interested, or some of you guys are interested in this one. We will be keeping an eye on the other game as well going on, which is the FA Cup. Manchester City taking on Burnley, so we'll be keeping an eye on that as well, guys. But our main focus is Chelsea v Everton. The team's just coming out, so we'll be starting the game in a couple of minutes. But I've been listening to the radio today, and a lot of people not really giving Everton much chance in this one. I think that could be a slip up. Yes, Chelsea with the momentum improving, and obviously results have improved for Chelsea. Performance have improved for Chelsea, but Everton under Sean Dyche is a completely different prospect to the usual Everton, I would say, guys. But we'll see what happens. Like I say, a lot of the pundits that I've heard on the radio today not giving Everton a chance in this one. But like I say, I think with Sean Dyche in charge of this team, you have to give them a sniff of a chance because we know what with Sean Dyche what he does. He makes his teams hard to beat, hard to break down. And I expect that's that kind of performance we're going to see from Everton tonight. So we'll see what happens, guys. If you've got a score prediction, please do drop your thoughts of what the score will be at the end of the game. Would love to hear your thoughts on that, guys. But just bear with me a second. I'm just going to share with you guys the stats screen, and then I'll come to the chat and see who is with us. So just bear with me a second, please, guys. There we go. So there we go, guys. So the team's just lining up, and we're about to have kickoff in a minute. So let's quickly go to the chat. See who's with us. Rich Bo Sports, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Rich Bo Sports saying this one will be one to watch, guys. Expecting a strong Chelsea showing. Yeah, I'm expecting Chelsea to play well, mate. And put in a good performance, but I don't think it's as straightforward as what a lot of people think this game will be. I would expect Chelsea to eventually come out on top, but I think there may be a little bit of a twist in this game with the fact that Everton starting to become a bit more stubborn under Sean Dyche. So, like I say, he's that kind of manager, isn't he, guys? You know he's going to make his teams work hard. So. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But like I say, I think a lot of people are just thinking this is just going to be a straight Chelsea victory. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. But good to see you, Richard, and welcome to the show, mate. How's things with you? Hopefully everything with you is okay, and good to see you, mate. Thanks for that, Rich Bo Sports. Great comment. Great start to the show. Minnie Mo, how's it going, mate? Minnie's saying, evening, Gaz. Evening, Minute. How are you doing? I believe your team. I think your team got a draw today, didn't it, against Chelsea? Against Celtic. Sorry. I'm just double checking because I didn't actually see the final results. Oh, you guys were drawing. What happened? Oh, when I last checked, you guys were drawing, and I think there's still only about 15 minutes to go in the game. So what happened, Minnie? I've just checked and. I've seen that you guys must have had a little bit of a last troublesome 10 minutes. So sorry to see that, Minnie. I thought you guys were going to see that one out. But good to have you with us, Minnie. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. And I hope things with you are good, mate. Good to see you and welcome to the show. Minnie also saying 2-0 Chelsea is my prediction, but hope Everton win. Yeah, like I say, mate, I think quite a few people think Everton just going to be a walk in the park today for Chelsea, but I'm not expecting that. But yeah, would be interesting to see if Everton can actually compete in this. But thanks for that, Minnie. Good shout. But interesting to see that you've gone with the 2-0. So obviously, Minnie not thinking that Everton are going to score today. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, good shout, mate. Good shout. Thanks for that, Minnie. And Stevie's with us. Stevie's saying, afternoon, Gaz and all. How's it going, Stevie? Hope everything with you's good, mate. Good to see you. And always appreciate the work you do, mate. Always appreciated. Minnie's saying, hi, Stevie. Nice one, Minnie. Top stuff. And Stevie also saying, hi, Minnie. Nice one, guys. Top stuff. Top stuff. Stevie's saying, going to say 2-1 Chelsea. So Stevie's thinking that Everton will at least score a goal. So that's interesting to see. The game has started, guys. Everton just clearing the lines as Chelsea with some early pressure. Minute is saying we got beat 3-1. Guys, ref was a joke. Never ever a red card. No, I know. Like I said, I did have a quick glance before I come on because obviously I was trying to keep an eye on the results coming in as I come in as I came home before, and obviously getting ready for doing this live stream. I was keeping an eye on the results, and I'm sure I saw it about 78 minutes, and it was still 1-1. So obviously, like you say, I'm presuming from what you're saying there, Minnie, that there was a red card incident in the last 10 minutes, and that's what's cost you. I'll try and catch the highlights later, mate. But yeah, I'm gutted for you, Minnie. I really am. I'm getting so frustrated. I know I'm still learning about Scottish football, and I've learnt a lot in the last few years. But I've got to be honest, I'm getting so frustrated. We keep seeing Rangers and Celtic just winning every game. So what's really annoying is seeing teams like yourselves where you're in it right till the last knockings, and then Celtic and Rangers seem to just come up with something in the last minute to just nick the game. And I'm finding that really frustrating as as a neutral fan trying to learn about Scotland because it's like, Scottish football because it's like I want to see it competitive. I want to see what a bit similar to what I see in other leagues where I mean, where you don't know who's going to actually win the league or you don't know who's going to finish in the top places. Um, I think the only league that is similar to Scottish football where it's predictable is the Bundesliga because we all know that um, Bayern Munich dominate the Bundesliga. Um, So I would say that's the only similarity. But yeah, Chelsea with a corner here as the ball comes in, bobbling about, and eventually Chelsea there with a shot, but it goes wide of the post. But Chelsea trying to turn the screw here early on, and yeah, that was good effort in principle, but the ball just didn't sit right on his foot as he's gone to strike it, and I think it's come off just the side of his boot, and it's kind of ricocheted outwards and away from goal. But yeah, like I say, Minnie, don't like I say, maybe you can educate me a little bit with what is going on with Celtic and Rangers because, like I said, the reason I'm frustrated with it, Minnie, because like I said, I'm still learning about Scottish football. I've always been honest about that. I've learned a lot, but I've still got lots to learn. I'm very much aware of that. But this what I see with Rangers and Celtic keep nicking games in the late stages of the game. I don't never see that when they play in Europe. But yeah, in Scotland they always seem to be doing it. You see them playing Aberdeen or Dundee United, and they'll nick it in the last few minutes, and it's like, well, how can they do this so much in the Scottish league, but yet that doesn't transpire into European football. So I'm like I say, I'm I'm struggling to understand that. I'm really struggling to understand how Celtic and Rangers can do that so much in the Scottish league, but don't show any glimpse of that properly in Europe. So yeah, I don't know if you could give me some pointers, Minnie. Love to always eager to learn more. And obviously, you watch Scottish football a lot more than me, so you'd be a lot more clued up with the flows and the quirks that happen in throughout the season. So yeah, um, don't know what you make of my thoughts though, Minnie, but be interesting to hear from you, mate. Minnie also saying, "What's the Chelsea team, Gaz? Did it not come up on the screen? Did it not come up on the screen? Just bear with me a second, and I'll see if I can get it for you guys. Just bear with me a second, guys, and I will see if I can bring up the team news. So Chelsea just in possession at the moment in their own half of the field as they kick the ball long up that far side, and it's uh, too much pace on it, and it rolls out for a goal kick. So yeah, just bear with me a minute, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can find team news. Come on, this thing's struggling loading up slowly. There we go. Come on. Here we go. Come on, load up. There we go. Sorry, guys. Just bringing you guys the team news. I thought you guys would prefer the stats page, but obviously it doesn't show the team news on that. So just bear with me a second, and I'll just share it on the screen so you guys can see it. There we go. There we go, guys. You should be able to see the team news now. So obviously, Chelsea have gone with three at the back, four in midfield, and three up front. And as I expected, Everton with that very compact team there, with a four at the back, five in midfield, and one up front. That's exactly the kind of lineup I thought that Everton would go with. Um, Obviously, I know a lot of people don't like that, but for me, I think Sean Dyche is very good at defensive and being keeping things tight, getting his team to work hard. And that's what he did at Burnley. He did so well at Burnley doing that and making them difficult to beat, and you can see that in the way he's lined his team up tonight for Everton. So yeah, there you go. Guys, you can see the team news now. Let me know what you make of that. I'll bring the stats page back up in a few minutes. Just let you guys have a look there at the team as Chelsea now on the edge of the box, and Everton managing to nick it back, and the ball ricochets out to that far side. Chelsea pick it up, and they just now probing again at the Everton defence, but Everton struggling to get out their own half at the moment. But their formation will encourage Chelsea onto them. Obviously, they're going to keep compact, keep it tight, and make themselves difficult to beat. And probably, I expect when they do manage to get possession, it's going to be a lot of counter-attacking football from Everton. I don't expect in this game they're going to have long spells of possession. Um, as Chelsea come again now on this near side and almost lose it, but just manage to get it back now. Cross comes in, but it goes past everyone and comes out on that far side. And now Kovacic with a pass, and I can't see the play there, but one of the Chelsea players just managing to get a shot off, but it takes a deflection and goes out for a corner on this near side. Um, so there, yeah, thanks for that, Minnie. Minnie also saying you can't win with 10 men against a big team away from home, but onwards and upwards. Absolutely, mate. Well, I agree with the onwards and upwards, but no, I don't. I don't. I'm not. You can, but like I say, I'm trying to put my finger on it, Minnie, because um, I've got to disagree with you a bit there because I've seen teams like Burnley and even my own team, Bolton. I remember years ago. It's going back a while now, but I remember Bolton years ago going down to 10 men against Arsenal. Now it was at Bolton's ground, but I remember Arsenal absolutely hating playing us, absolutely detesting playing us, and they're a big club compared to Bolton. They're a massive club, but they absolutely hated coming to our place, mate. Absolutely hated it. And I think that I get what you're saying. Away from home, it's difficult, but at home, um, I think it just takes the right manager. You guys just need the right manager. I think if you guys had the right manager that had that mentality, maybe even a kind of Sean Dyche type manager that would make you difficult to beat at home, and start with that. Start with that as a foundation. Don't matter what team it is, make yourselves difficult to beat at home. Make other clubs fear coming to your ground, including the likes of Celtic and Rangers. So I totally get what you're saying. It is a fair point, Minnie. But like I said, I think there is ways to actually to compete still with 10 men. But like I say, you need a gritty manager. You need a manager that knows how to get his team to be gritty um, and difficult to beat. And like I say, I think the problem for you guys up in Scotland, as much as I don't like to say it, the biggest problem you guys have is that the lack of finance in the league makes it hard for you guys to get, apart from Celtic and Rangers, it makes it hard for you guys, the rest of the league, to get um, decent managers. I'm not saying there isn't good managers in Scotland. There is good managers, but what I'm trying to say is, I think it makes it difficult for you guys to attract managers that any kind of manager that shows any kind of tactical knowledge or um, good team management, or that makes themselves, any kind of name. They're snapped up now by the bigger clubs. That's the problem. So it means, and the same problem what's going on in Scotland is going on in the lower leagues, where you're forced to try and develop managers rather than actually picking managers that would help you guys push forward and improve and develop the team. If you get my meaning, I'm not saying the managers don't try and develop the team, but the problem, what I'm trying to say is, Scottish clubs are in a difficult situation where not only are you guys trying to develop young players to come up, because you can't compete with the likes of the Premier League clubs spending 20 million, 30 million on one player. You guys just don't have the finance to do that up in Scotland. So therefore, you're forced into position to look for potential youngsters that you can develop and improve, and potentially they become, the backbone of your team, or you could sell them on to make some profit for the club. So you've got that problem, but you have the same problem with the managers, that you're forced to try and develop potential managers, or bring in managers that have kind of had their best days. So I don't know if you agree with that, whether I'm reading too much into it, but for me, I've got to be honest. A minute, I think Hibs and Hearts. I know you don't probably won't like me saying Hearts as well, obviously being the rivalry, but I've got to be honest. Hibs and Hearts, for me, have got massive, massive potential. They really have. The problem you guys have got, what is holding you back from reaching that potential, in my opinion, and like I say, I'm still learning about the Scottish League, but for me, Hibs and Hearts, definitely massive potential in those clubs. Um, and the only thing holding you back is the money. It's as simple as that. For me, it's the money. If you guys had a bit better financial budget, I think you could. I think you guys could really start to challenge Celtic and Rangers. But the finance is just not there to help you do that, and that is what's making life difficult for you guys, in my opinion. But that's just my humble opinion. Let me know if you think differently. Um, but I'll stop rambling on now. So, but yeah, I take your point on board, Minnie. The ball's gone out on the far side. Everton with a throw in midway inside the Chelsea half, as they now cross the ball into the box, but goes straight to the goalkeeper, and that will relieve the pressure for Chelsea. Rich Post Sports saying, hi, Gaz, hi, Minnie, and all viewers. How's it going, Rich Poe? As I said, great to see you, mate. And welcome to the show. Hope everything with you is good, mate. And thank you very much for the positivity. Minnie Mo saying, hi, Rich Poe. Nice one, Minnie. Awesome stuff seeing you guys make the effort to welcome each other. That's class stuff. Thank you. Chelsea just in possession at the minute, just midway inside their own half, just knocking it about. Rich Post Sports saying, what's the team news today? Chelsea and Potter are on an upwards curve. Fell Felix and Havertz will be interesting. Obviously, so Rich Post Sports interested to see a few individual players in this one, but we'll have to see if they become noticeable in the game, mate. But at the moment, difficult to say. We're only 16 minutes in now, and Chelsea not. You've had that early spell of pressure, but now at the moment, it's kind of well, Everton have managed to push up the field and they're managing to win some possession, making, as I expected, they're going to grind themselves into this game. And I think they're, as a shot comes in there from Everton from long range, but it's just well over the bar there. But Everton showing their intent. I think that they're going to try and, from the way they started this game, I would suggest that Everton looking to maybe snatch one and then make themselves really difficult to break down. That is the way Sean Dyche manages his teams, and he will happily let his team get 1-0 up and then just sit back and absorb the pressure. So, yeah, we'll have to see if it plans out that way. But Everton here to play, and Chelsea not having it all their own way at the moment as the ball goes out on that far side. Um, so yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, Rich Pope. Like I say, mate, you're right. It's going to be an interesting one. Maxime, welcome to the show, mate. How's it going, Maxime? Maxime saying, what do you think the score will be in the City v Burnley? I think 1-2 Burnley. Interesting, Maxime. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure about the score, but I think if City are going to win it, it's going to be by nicking it by 1 goal or something like that. But I think Burnley will make life really difficult for them today. But the question is, we've seen how well Burnley have been playing. They've been playing awesome this season. But the question is, even though they've been playing awesome, can they step up the level to match Manchester City? So that's going to be the difficult one. But yeah, that's a cracking scoreline. Interesting to see that you've gone with Burnley there, Maxime, as Chelsea now defending deep in their own half. Everton there trying to push down that flank on the far side. But Chelsea managing to just do enough to stop Everton's momentum. Now Chelsea passing it about and probing this near side, looking for space as forced to come back from Everton's press. But yeah, Maxime, I would say I think City might just edge it 2-1, if I'm honest. I would love Burnley to cause an upset, I really would, but I think City will just have a little bit too much for Burnley, if I'm honest. So I'll go with the opposite score. I'll go with City 2-1. But I would love to see Burnley cause an upset in that one, mate. But yeah, interesting to see Maxime thinking that it will be a surprise result today. So thanks for that, Maxime, and good to see you, mate. Rich Post Sports saying, Gaz Mini, isn't there a big gap in quality between Scotland and elite European leagues? There is, well, yeah, obviously there is a big gap. I would say, yes, there is a big gap between Scottish football and the potential clubs that compete in the Champions League. But no, I wouldn't say the rest of Europe. Just, in my opinion, just between there is an obvious gap between this Scottish League and the top clubs that play regularly in the Champions League. I'd agree with you there, but as for the rest of Europe, no. No, Celtic and Rangers should be able to compete with much of the other clubs in the rest of Europe, with the exception of, like I say, that small clique, if you like, of the top band of clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, as well as like some Man City and stuff. Those kind of clubs, yes, they are a level above the Scottish League, no question. But the rest of the leagues in Scotland, the rest of the clubs, in Europe, Celtic and Rangers should be able to compete. Should, simple as. There's no reason why Celtic and Rangers shouldn't be able to compete with the likes of Ajax and Sporting Lisbon and these kind of clubs. Because, like I say, mate, they've got plenty of European experience. That's what you've got to remember. And all I'm saying is that Scottish Celtic and Rangers dominate Scottish football so much that they're so strong in Scottish League, but then they don't transpire that into Europe. It's noticeable. I'm saying that unfairly because Rangers did not this season, but last season they showed that they can compete in Europe the season before because they reached the final of the UEFA Cup. But Celtic, no, they've been massively disappointing the last few seasons, mate. Massively disappointing. Just look at their track record over the last 5 seasons. 6 seasons in Europe. They've been shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking. Getting beat by mediocre European clubs. So yeah. Rich Post Sports also saying there's a big gap between Celtic, Rangers, and other Scottish teams. The big two have a winning culture and confidence. Yeah, yes, yeah, you're right. You're right. But Man United and Arsenal used to have that winning culture and mentality and dominate the Premier League. Are they dominating it now? They're not dominating it now because things have changed, and that's the thing, mate. That things need to change in Scotland. It needs to evolve. That league needs to evolve, just like every other league in Europe. It needs to evolve, or at least the Premier League, anyway. That is why the Premier League is so successful and so popular, mate, because it evolves. You don't, obviously at the minute, City are the very much dominant team, but are they going to be the very much dominant team when Pep Guardiola leaves the club? And that team has got to be broken up and rebuilt when them players become, age and stuff. So yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one to compare the two. But for me, like I say, I'm not expecting, a team to storm into the Scottish Premiership and suddenly dominate a completely different team, dominate it. But it should be evolving. That's my point. So yeah, but good comment, mate. Good statement. Nat is with us. How's it going, Nat? Welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Nat saying good evening, everyone. Evening, Nat. Welcome to the show, mate. I hope everything with you is good. And good to see you, mate. Hopefully, everything's good with you, mate. Stevie saying hi, Nat. Nice one, Stevie. And also Nat replying there. So top stuff, Nat. Thank you very much. Always appreciate you guys acknowledging that. So I'm just going to get rid of that, guys, and I'm going to share back with you guys the other screen so that you can keep up with the game better while I'm rambling on with myself. There you go, guys. So Chelsea now on the attack with a long ball out to that far side. And they tried to keep it. Oh, did they keep it in? Oh, yeah, they just about kept it in there as it was about to cross the line. But Everton have managed to win it back. And now they moved the ball forward, but under pressure from Chelsea. But Everton not giving that up. So just as I expected, guys, Everton have come making themselves difficult. And Chelsea not got the answers for it right now, but just what he expected, to be fair, guys, from Everton. And Stevie's saying, "Do you have a score prediction, Nat?" Yeah, good question, Stevie. Thanks for that, mate. Nat is saying yes. Thanks, all good here. Top stuff, Nat. Good to hear that, mate. Good to hear that. As Chelsea now with the possession deep inside their own half, they push up the field, but it's cut out by Everton on this near side and goes out for a throw-in. So yeah, good to hear that, Nat. Thanks for that, mate. Nat is saying Chelsea 2-0. All right, that's interesting. So we've had Mini with a 2-0 and now Nat with a 2-0. And I think we had another. We had oh no, that was yeah, it was Maxine won it with a 2-1 prediction for the other game going on. So yeah, I'm getting confused there, guys. My apologies. As Chelsea just knocking it about in their own half of the field at the moment. But to just let you guys know, the other game that is going on, obviously the quarter-final game, has kicked off. Man City have taken on Burnley, and it's currently 0-0. As Chelsea now break into the box and manage to get across, cut back, but Everton defend that well and manage to clear the ball up the field. And now Chelsea in possession midway inside the Everton half, just knocking it about as they knock it out to that far side. And Chelsea struggling at the moment to find gaps to exploit in that Everton defence, as Everton keeping themselves well compact. Um, and Everton clear the ball again up towards the halfway line, where Chelsea pick it up and try again probing down that far side of the field. So now Chelsea moved the ball out to this near side as Everton shift their defence to accommodate that. As don't know the lineup showing us guys that Everton were going with 4-5-1 formation, but I think they keep switching it because I'm noticing that they sometimes got one up front, but then they're pushing two up front. Um, so we'll keep an eye on that, see if that's a tactic that they're initiating. As Everton break into the box there, but finding no joy as Everton bodies all over the place in that box and managed to knock it away for a throw in. Unbelievable. So Guaya for Everton has just been booked for a challenge that happened a couple of minutes ago. The referee choosing to wait to punish the player there with a yellow card as the ball is played out on this near side. So that will be a throw in to Everton midway inside their own half the pitch. 29 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. And the ball up the field now for Everton. So Chelsea now knocking the ball out to that far side, but they're forced to come back as they find nothing but traffic on that far side. Everton keeping themselves well organised to keep it tight as Chelsea switch the ball out to this near side. And now Everton chasing shadows a bit at the minute, but still managing to keep themselves compact as another ball is swung into the box and Everton head it away and eventually clear it up the field. But now we're in a foot race, but the Chelsea player just managing to get ahead of the Everton player to knock it back towards the Chelsea goalkeeper and see out the danger. So Chelsea come again now down that far side. Everton definitely keeping themselves organised in their defensive formation as Chelsea now try to work their way through that congested midfield and defence, but the referee blows for I think it's foul. So we got a free kick now for Everton with Pickford to take it. Are you guys looking forward to the international break? Let me know if you guys like international football. Love to hear from you. Your thoughts on the international break up and coming as Everton frustrated with a foul being awarded down this near side, which was a soft one in fairness. Um, so Chelsea now to build again from the back. And yet again, another foul. I don't. Come on, show us the replay because I don't see how that was a foul. Come on, get on with it. Chelsea just stalling at the moment with this free kick on the far side of the pitch. A long ball up the field from the goalkeeper out on that far side as Everton managed to win it. And now Everton looking to break and try and hit Chelsea on the counter attack as the ball rolls out to this near side and they cut it back in to midfield. But under pressure from Chelsea, but Everton still probing down this near side as they cut the ball back towards the halfway line under pressure. And Chelsea managed to win it back. Now Chelsea with the opportunity to try and hit Everton on the counter attack, and Everton rushing to get men back behind the ball there as Chelsea work the ball out to that far side and now cut back inside and work the ball out to this near side. And now a shot comes in, but it's straight at the goalkeeper, Pickford, and it's a comfortable save in the end for Everton. Everton have got to be quicker when they get that possession and they're looking to try and cause some problems for Chelsea. They can't be dilly-daddling on the ball. They've got to move the ball faster. They've got to get the ball into that area to trouble Chelsea. Otherwise, they're just inviting Chelsea to try and win the ball back and hit them on the counter attack. So the reverse psychology, so to speak, guys. Joey, how's it going, mate? Joey's with us. Joey's saying hi. How are you doing, mate? I'm good, Joey. Thank you very much. How's things with you? Hopefully you're okay, mate. And did you have a good night last night? Have you enjoyed the football today, mate? And let us know if you've got a score prediction for this one as well, Joey. Love to hear your thoughts on this. And also, as I'm sure you're aware, we've got the quarter final going on as well that we'll be keeping an eye on as well. So not sure if you got any thoughts on that, mate. But we had an interesting score prediction before from Maggie saying she thought that Burnley would win it 2-1. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Joey. So we've got a free kick here for Everton, about 30 yards from goal out on that far side. And while we wait for the referee to sort this out, I'll read out a couple more comments. Nat is saying, are you guys all Bolton fans? No, mate. No, no, no. All fans are welcome on Fandom, mate. Fans of all clubs. It's not a club channel. I'm a Bolton fan, obviously, but the channel is about fans. It's not about an individual club. It's about fans. So all fans are welcome on the channel. We've got a good mix, mate. We've got some Bolton fans. We've got Liverpool fans, a couple of United fans, Hibs fan, and we've got some other Scottish fans. I know Aaron also comes on sometimes. He's a Dundee United fan. We've also got Portsmouth fans. We've got a good mixed bag, mate. I can't think of everyone. Chelsea fans as well. There's Billy, I think, as Billy's Chelsea fan. Ethan Preston fan. So yeah, good variety, mate. Good variety. So thanks for that, Nat. Joey so Nat's saying hi, Joey. Nice one, mate. Really appreciate the positivity you guys show welcoming each other. Minnie saying hi, Joey. I thought you disappeared, Minnie. No thoughts on my philosophy about Scottish football. Then that was specifically me sharing the thoughts for you, mate. I thought you'd be interested to know my thoughts on that, but obviously not give me no reply, so I'm presuming not that bothered. So fair enough. Joey is saying, hi Nat. No, I'm Liverpool. There is lots of fans supporting different clubs in Fandenshire. Absolutely, mate. Yep, and that's the way we want it. We want to create a positive fan community where fans of all clubs are welcome. So, yeah, well said, Joey. Thanks for that, mate. Joey also saying, hi, Minnie. Unlucky today, mate. Yeah, very. Like I said, I saw that, but I've already shared my thoughts, so I won't repeat it myself. Nat is saying, hi, Minnie. Nice one, guys. Really appreciate that. Nat, top stuff, mate. Joey saying, uh, we just got an injury at the minute, guys. Player down, receiving treatment. Still nil-nil, if you're wondering the score. But Chelsea player down, receiving treatment. I can't see what exactly who it is actually, but I'm not sure if Chelsea are planning to sub the player, but we'll find out in a minute. Um, Joey's saying it'd be nice for Burnley to win. You can never rule them out. They are they are, they are scrapper. Um, they're a scrappy team, but think City will win it. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I think Burnley will it'd be a good test for Burnley. Obviously, they've been flying in the Championship this season, so be a good test for them. But I think you're right. I think they might just struggle against City. But it would be cool to see Burnley cause an upset, wouldn't it? But I'm expecting City will probably just have a bit too much for them. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Burnley cause an upset if they could. So let's you never like you said, Joey. You can never write them off, mate. They're a scrappy team, as you say. So well put, mate. Minnie's saying, Joey, we got a sending off, and they got a very dodgy penalty up against it from the start. Okay, mate. Okay, thanks for that, Minnie. Minnie also saying, hi, Nat, you okay? Nice one, Minnie. Top stuff. Nat saying, I'm good, thanks. Awesome, awesome stuff. Joey saying, that's not surprise, is it, Minnie? Bad refs again. Yeah, there's a big lot to discuss about refs up there in Scotland, but not going to get into that right now. As Chelsea take a throw in on that far side now as the game has restarted. And now Everton win it back and pass it back to the goalkeeper. But Chelsea's chasing all the balls down at the minute as Everton try to knock it away from goal and get the ball moving down this near side. But too much pace on the ball and it goes out for a throw in to Chelsea, taken quickly. And they now try to build again. But ball goes out again on this near side. So we'll come back to the game in a moment, guys. Minnie saying Joey wanting a Burnley win. Well, yeah. To be fair, I do as well. I'd love to see Burnley cause an upset in the cup. That'd be awesome. So yeah. Minnie Mo saying honestly, Joey, it's infuriating. Obviously, Minnie reacting to the result earlier against Celtic, and Joey saying yes, Minnie. Rooting for Burnley. Take it your wanting City to win. Wanting City, laugh out loud. Um, and Minute saying, went 2-0 Chelsea in my prediction. Who's yours? Uh, Chelsea now trying to claim a foul, but not given. And Everton now with the opportunity to break, as they do break right up towards the edge of the box. And just as they get into the box, the ball takes a deflection and goes out on this near side for, I think it's a corner. So we're going to have a corner to Everton on this near side. So yeah, thanks for that, Mini. Joey's saying, don't get how they keep getting away with it when it's so obvious, clear to see. Right, I'm presuming Joey's talking about the game in Scotland, the Celtic Hibs game. With that comment, Everton now with the ball on the far side as they get the cross into the box. Cross comes in and it's headed away by Chelsea, but ends up bobbling about. And now Everton trying to charge down the ball and get a shot off, but it ricochets off the Chelsea player. Now Chelsea win the ball back, try to get going, but Everton quick to react there and really making themselves scrappy in this one, guys. Chelsea definitely struggling with Everton's tactics at the moment. Everton really looking like a new team compared to what I've seen them in the earlier season. They're fighting for everything. They're challenging for everything. They're prepared to absorb the pressure. They're running back when they lose the ball. They're running back quickly. All players showing that they want to play, that they want to that they clearly listening to the instructions of the manager because you can see it in the motivation of the players. Um, so yeah, it's good to see. That's a good sign, I think, for Everton. Obviously, Everton's still not safe down there at the bottom of the bottom near the bottom of the league. So yeah, I would say that's a really positive sign for Everton fans. The fact that the players seem to be fighting and motivated to close spaces and run back and do all the nitty gritty, the stuff that is what they might call the ugly side of the game, where you've just got to put the hard work in. As Everton yet again winning the ball there on this near side and not giving it up. That's the noticeable thing with Everton players not giving things up, um, even when it looks like a no win situation. They're still closing the spaces, still running the ball down, still not letting Chelsea be comfortable in possession. As Chelsea now forced to knock it back to the goalkeeper with that Everton press. 44 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. As the ball again passed back to the goalkeeper. Chelsea forced back into their own half as Everton push up the field. They're actually playing quite a high line at the moment, which is unusual to see. Now Chelsea win it back on that far side and start making their way to the edge of the Everton box as the Everton player there comes in with a sliding tackle and knocks the ball out on that far side for a throw in. Everton and Chelsea now switch the ball out to this near side and a cross into the box, but it's deflected away by Everton and Chelsea follow it up with a charge into the box from the ricochet, but Everton compacting that defence so it was impossible. And now we've got a foul on the edge of the box for another spell of players. Chelsea attempted to come again, but the Everton player there with um, well, for me, that's a good challenge because what's he meant to do? Just say, go on, just walk into the box. That was a good challenge, but McNeil finds himself in the referee's book with a yellow card. But for me, that was a good challenge. If that kind of challenge had have been in the box, then yeah, you're talking potential penalty. But on the edge of the box, nothing wrong with that for me. Keep your comments coming, guys. We'll come to the comments in a minute or two. We're just very close to the end of the first half, so I might as well just focus on this last couple of minutes of play as Chelsea with the free kick now, and they pass it across. They're trying to be clever there. So yeah, Chelsea, but it didn't work. So as Chelsea took that free kick, it was out on this near side, and rather than actually putting in a cross or an attempted shot, they decided to cut the ball back across to the opposite side of the goal. to try and catch Everton out, and it didn't work. It worked, in fact, it worked miserably because of that compact formation that Everton are showing. Um, but yeah, a bit sneaky there from Chelsea, trying to catch Everton out by quickly passing the ball out to the opposite side and trying to get a shot off. They did get the shot off, but like I say, with that compacted midfield and defence uh, right throughout that back line of Everton, Chelsea found that idea just didn't have no legs, so to speak. So now we have a throw in on this near side for Chelsea as they try to get another cross into the box, but Everton win it back and now kick the ball up towards the halfway line. And it's Chelsea that pick it up and pass it back to the goalkeeper. Looking at these Everton players, guys, they look like possessed at the minute. We just had an Everton player run all the way in like a big half circle from this near side of the pitch, all the way towards the goalkeeper, and then back to the opposite side of the pitch. And that was amazing. That just shows you the motivation that Sean Dyche has driven into these players. When you see a player not giving up the ball, like I say, just running a big half circle right across pretty much one half of the pitch to close the space and the ball to put Chelsea players under pressure in possession. So that is amazing. Big improvement in the attitude and motivation of the Everton players. Very noticeable in this game. So I think Chelsea's victory might not be a foregone conclusion, guys. So yeah, Joey's saying don't get how they keep getting away with when it's so obvious, clear to see. Is that referring to the Chelsea Celtic Hibs game, Joey? I'm sorry, I'm not following that very well, mate. Joey's saying, "Ooh, I'm gonna say 1-0 Everton." Interesting, Joey. Yeah, you could be right, mate. You could be right because Everton proving very difficult to beat so far. And after that first half performance, I've got to agree with you. It looks like it could be that kind of game where Everton just get a smash and grab. Nat is saying, thought we got away with it last night with a pen. I thought it uh, was so a draw, not a bad result. Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, you're talking about the Sheffield Wednesday game and Sheffield v Bolton game. Um, yeah, the penalty obviously could arguably be a penalty, um, and obviously from a Bolton perspective, very disappointing. But I thought that I agree, mate. I think a draw was a fair result. Both teams give a good account of themselves, and it was an end-to-end game, really entertaining. To be fair. And yeah, I've no problem with the result, mate. It was, in fairness, like I said, a bit frustrating with the referee not even giving that penalty shout a second look. But like I said, apart from that, mate, it was definitely, I agree, 50-50 game and a draw was a fair result. So thanks for that, Nat. Joey is saying, will still, sorry, you still there, Nat? What do you think of Potter? Yeah, good question, Joey. Joey also saying, yeah, Nat, good point for both of you. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I think it was a fair result as well. So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Nat saying, I think Chelsea is too big a job for Potter. Right, interesting. Nat thinking Potter. I think you might be right, but I don't think it's that it's too big a job. I think it's the arrogance of the dressing room and the club that make it too big a job for Potter. I think if everybody got behind Potter, he could make a success of it. But there's that football snobbery clearly coming out down there in Chelsea, where the fans think their club is, too big of a job for him. The players think they're bigger and better than him. And as long as you have that scenario, no manager's ever going to get the team on side. I don't keep seeing why these clubs press likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool, any clubs like this, why keep stealing managers from other clubs in the league that are seen as lesser clubs or that they think they're a better and above So why keep doing that and then ruin their career? For me, it's very frustrating. I disagree with it entirely. I don't think the job is too big for Potter. I think the problem is that the club and the fans think that they're too big for Potter. And as long as you've got that mentality, the manager is in a no-win situation. So yeah, thanks for that, Nat. That's a great point, mate. I can't argue with you, mate. But like I say, for me, I see it on the flip side that I think it's the fans, the owners, and the players that are making it appear that the club's too big for Potter with their own arrogance. That's the reality of it. If they all get behind him, then he's going to have a better chance. But when they're not, when they're just looking for the first opportunity to criticise him, or lay the blame at his door for players not putting in the performances that we can. Come on, guys, think about it. Chelsea got a squad full of top talent, so you can't keep blaming the manager when it doesn't work. How many managers have been at that club where it's been the manager's fault, and yet he's had a dressing room full of top talent? I'm sorry, but there has to start coming a point where you start to look at what the players are doing and how they're conducting themselves, and are they, showing that arrogance that they think they're better and bigger than the manager, and they don't buy into the manager's tactics and philosophy. If players don't, then the manager's got no chance. Minute is saying, remember when games used to be finished at 4:45, maybe 2 or 3 minutes extra. Minute, mine is that minute or mine? Mine today finished at 5:07 because of VAR. It makes our game worse in my mind. Rant over. Right. So minute feeling very frustrated. So many feeling very frustrated today with the VAR technology. Obviously, I've not seen the game, but I'm presuming the VAR technology has had a massive impact in that game. So yeah, I'll try and check that out if I get a chance, Mini. But yeah, totally understand. I don't know if the games. I think the games used to finish at 10-2, didn't they? They always used to finish about 10-2. But yeah, I get what you're meaning with the 4:45. But yeah, I know what you mean. All games used to be finished by about 10-2, didn't they? Most games were finishing about quarter to 10-2. But yeah, unfortunately, minute the football world is changing dramatically, and this is why I want to build funding. I'm not saying we're going to, uh, make there's no guarantee, but I would love to use the power of fandom and fans coming together to try and get some answers for you guys. We can do it with respect, we can do it properly, and like I say, it's going to take time, but the more we build the fandom community, then the more it's going to put us in a better position to try and get you guys more consideration for your opinions. I totally agree with Minnie there. The frustrating thing with me with VAR being introduced is that it's been introduced with the club's input, with the FA's input, with the SPFL's input, referees' input, everybody's input, but the fans. The fans haven't been asked one bit whether they like it, whether they want it. We're just being lumbered with it and told that, basically, it hasn't even been said that we have to accept it. We just know that that's what they're intending to do, bring it in, and that we just have to accept it. Now, I agree, Minute. Fans should have a say on how the game's evolving and changing. But like I say, there doesn't seem to be anybody out there that wants to stand up for fans. I've got to be honest. I would love to stand up for fans, but I can only do that with the support from you guys. But like I say, I'm not making no ridiculous promises. All I can tell you is that if fandom becomes popular, I will use that popularity to try and get you guys some answers. I will write letters. I will contact the football associations with respect and try and get answers to questions that you guys have. So yeah, that's all I can say. But I can't promise any more than that at the moment because, like I say, I would love to help you guys fight for a better voice in football and have your opinions heard. But it's whether the fans of football want it enough. That's the question. And enough fans want it enough, then we can do something like that. But if not enough fans that want it enough, then we're always going to be up against it. Joey's saying, do you think he would do okay given more time. Potter, he's still talking about Potter, Joey. I think, like I said, for me, mate, I think Potter is in an impossible situation because this he's in that position where he's managing a club that's full of football snobbery. No disrespect to Chelsea, but that's the reality. They're a club that are, a bit of a football snob. They feel that they're bigger and better than most other clubs, and the players also have the same attitude. So managers like Potter are never going to be given a fair crack of the whip at a club like Chelsea. For me, Chelsea, the stupid thing is, guys, that Chelsea had nothing. The manager they had before, with nothing wrong with him, other than the fact that he wasn't the manager that new owners picked. So there was no need for me. Fans need to stop looking at Potter and start looking at the ownership. A new owner comes in and makes a managerial change so quickly, as well as buying. I don't know how many players they've bought since they come in. They've bought a ridiculous amount of players, well over the average. So for me, fans need to start asking questions of the owners before it's too late. Rich Post Sports is saying, 44 minutes, 0-0. Impressive by Everton. Resolve mini. Impressive by Everton. Impressed by Everton's resolve mini. Nat, get behind Chelsea. Haha. No, 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 Rich Boat. No, everybody's free to have their own opinion, mate. If other fans want to get behind Everton, that's fair enough, mate. But thank you very much for that, Rich Boat. Sport, I agree with you, mate. Impressive performance from Everton in this first half. Joey's saying, laugh out loud, Mini. So true. You're here 10 minutes extra time often now. Yeah, I've got to agree with that, Joey. It is crazy the amount of extra time that's getting added on these days. It's gone through the roof, hasn't it? When we're hearing, like you say, 9, 10 minutes added on time, it seems a bit nuts. So, yeah, I can't argue with that at all, Joey. That is one part of the modern day game that does seem to have gone a bit crazy. Rich Post Sports is saying, Minute, you making a good point regarding VAR and added time. Yep, she's making a very valid point with that. Nat is saying, if if he's given time, but Chelsea won't give it him. Yeah, I can't argue with that either, Nat. That's well said, mate. Good point. That's the biggest issue with Potter. Are they going to give him the time? Let's put it this way, guys. He's won a couple of games recently, and there's still questions being asked about him. Now, I'm not being funny, but if that were Mourinho, or that was Pep Guardiola, or that was Klopp, those couple of good victories would have silenced the critics. But yet, Potter has still got critics, even though he's won a couple of games recently. So, that just sees, to me, that shows there's a narrative out there to get him out. And that's just not right. Just not right. How the hell are we meant to get managers developing, improving, potential talented managers? If as soon as you give them a more challenging job, you're putting them under immense pressure at every opportunity. That's just not right. That's just not right. Would we like to be treated like that in our jobs? No, not at all. In fact, if we were treated like that by our managers in our jobs, we got promoted and then was being put under the spotlight increasingly. Not long after being given the job, I think we'd be looking at legal action against the company that we're working for putting us under undue stress and scrutiny. So why is it allowed in the manager world of football? I don't know. It's wrong. But yeah, great comment, Nat. I agree with you there, mate. Joey is saying, laugh out loud, Rich Poe. I'm rooting for Everton. Joey there. Yep. Joey wanting some more success from Merseyside clubs. So yeah, Joey not buying into that. Thanks, Joey. Rich Poe Sports saying, hi, Joey. Anyone giving Chelsea a chance against Real Madrid? Yeah, I'll give them a chance because you can never, when it's 0-0, you can never write them off. I would love to Chelsea to knock out Real Madrid. I would absolutely love that, but it's a tough one, mate. It's definitely a tough one, but maybe that could be the saving grace for Potter because I think going into that game, nobody's going to give him a chance, and maybe that could be an advantage to him if he uses it in the right way. Because let's be honest, guys, for me, if those players can't get up, the Chelsea players can't get up for that game, then what they're doing wearing that Chelsea shirt? It's as simple as that. They should go in that stadium and not need inspiration from the manager. They want to play at the top level. All these players playing for the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, all claim they want to play in the play in the Champions League. Even some of these players will threaten to leave if the club don't make Champions League. So, if you're demanding that the club you play for qualify for Champions League, then it's only fair that the club demand that when you play in the Champions League, you shouldn't need no motivation, especially against a club like Real Madrid. So yeah. Great question, Joe. Rich Post Sports, but for me, I think that could be. Well, it depends, doesn't it? It all depends whether the players put in the effort. But for me, there's no reason why Chelsea shouldn't be able to compete in that fixture. Joe is saying would like to say yes, Rich Paul, but very tough for one. Yeah, I agree. It is a tough one, but if Chelsea if Real Madrid think they're just going to walk the park and just wipe the floor with Chelsea, then that's the perfect opportunity for Chelsea to use that to their advantage. This team don't give us a chance. Everybody's wrote us off. The Mourinho mentality. That's the reality. What I'm talking about. It's us against them. It's us against the world. Nobody gives us a sniff in this fixture. Mourinho used to use that as one of his strengths as a manager, and he got a lot of results, a lot of success with it. So why can't Chelsea use that to their advantage going into that game? Minimo is saying, Haaland, another goal, 40 goals now. Okay, Mini, thanks for that, mate. Obviously, Mini, I'm presuming, is watching the FA Cup game, so fair enough. As Man City, I can tell you guys, Man City 2-0 up in that game. So Man City 2, Burnley 0. So that's I always thought it was going to be a bit too much for Burnley to be honest today. Would love them to get something out of that game, but like I say, I think it was even though they've been playing well and been very impressive. I think it was always going to be a tough ask for Burnley. A bit of a step too far for them at the moment to take on City. But watch this space, guys. I think there will be um, fighting more against City better when they get promoted because I think Burnley definitely on the way up again. So Chelsea just knocking the ball about as we've just started the second half. Chelsea knocking the ball about at the back, long ball forward out to this near side, and Chelsea with the possession now as they just looking for any gaps to exploit, and Everton keeping themselves compact. And now Chelsea switched the ball out to that far side, cross into the box, but it's knocked away and goes behind for a corner on this near side. So corner to Chelsea. So thanks for that minute. Appreciate it, mate. Rich Ball Sports saying, Gaz and everyone, do players really play for managers, fans, or themselves? Whoa, that is, themselves. What motivates most players? Well, we know what motivates most players, mate. A big fat paycheck. That's probably the main motivation that most players have in the modern game because the money's gone stupid on it. So the big fat paycheck probably a big motivation for them. But yeah, that's a great question, Rich Paul. To be fair, and now Everton trying to break on Chelsea as they've managed to win the ball back. Now charging into the Chelsea half of the pitch, but a ball knocked forward there as Everton lose the possession, and Chelsea pick it up again now on the far side as they come up the field and bring it ball into midfield, and now charging at the Everton defence. Everton not as organised as they have been with men still further forward up the pitch, but now the cross comes in and it's headed away, but Chelsea pick it up on the edge of the box as they knock it out to this near side, and now the cross comes in and a header straight towards goal, but fantastic focus there from Pickford as he dives the right way there to stop that going in the back of the net. Now Everton looking to hit Chelsea on the break as they knock the ball out to that far side, and now coming on the edge of the Chelsea box. A shot got off, but way nowhere near enough pace on that ball to trouble the Chelsea goalkeeper. But Everton showing that they are trying to get forward at every opportunity if Chelsea make mistakes in possession. So that could be the difference. That could be the sign of the smash and grab if it comes later in the game, guys. So 49 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. And we just got a stoppage at the minute for a player receiving treatment. So let's go back to the chat. But yeah, that's a great question, Rich Bo Sports. Do players really play for managers, fans, or themselves? I think I've got to be honest, mate. I think the modern game, the way it is now, definitely at the top level, I think players play for themselves. I've got to be honest. I don't think that there's no loyalty from fans and managers. Sorry, from not fans. The only loyalty there is in football now these days is from fans. There's no loyalty anymore from players or managers. In fact, I say none. There is, but it's very rare. Obviously, the only players that come to mind showing that kind of loyalty in the modern game is the likes of Steven Gerrard, who's no longer playing. Harry Kane is doing it at the moment for Tottenham, but he, understandably, he might be tempted to move this summer to try and give himself a chance to win something. But yeah, like I say, you can count on one hand probably the loyal players at the top level of football. It's becoming a real rarity these days. I think most players just play for themselves, mate. They play for themselves. I'm not saying they don't get motivated by the fans and the manager. Yes, of course, they'd be stupid not to take advantage of that. But most players, I think, just play for themselves just to make their bank balance fatter. You only have to look at it now, the mentality of players and how selfish they are, guys. This mentality. Just look at the likes of the older players now that have made a lot of money playing at the top level of football. The likes of Robbie Fowler and the likes of Ferdinand, people like that. These are successful players that made a lot of money. Yes, all right, different generation, so not as good as the money today, but they still made good money out of football. They made a good few million out of it. They got fat wages, made a lot of money. They retired from football. They got the opportunity to work for TV and get another good pay packet. Chelsea there with a goal on the edge of the box there, and they knock it towards the goal, and it pings in off that far post as the goalkeeper does go the right way, but he couldn't quite stretch himself enough to reach that. And Chelsea with a 1-0 lead on 52 minutes, guys. Sorry about that. That came out of nowhere for me then. But Chelsea now taking the lead as the ball was just being knocked about casually by Chelsea. And then all of a sudden, it was just a ball over the top out to this near side. Crossed into the box, ricocheted about a little bit, and then eventually fell to the Chelsea player on the edge of the box. And he just one touch, and then bang, it's into this far corner of the net, and just ricochets off the ball. He was low, so the credit to the goalkeeper. He did try to get to that, but when it's a low shot like that, it's that's where you can really catch up goalkeepers in it, guys. So Chelsea with a 1-0 lead, and we finally have a goal. So what was I saying then? Oh yeah, about the players. So if you look at former players like Ferdinand and Robbie Fowler, they've made a lot of money in football. They still make money out of the TV companies by punditry and stuff like that. But that's not good enough for them. They're on YouTube making money as well. So does that not give you an inkling of the mentality of players? No matter how much wealth they accumulate, it's still not enough. They want more. And I'm not having it. I'm not convinced that those players are on YouTube for the football interest. I think they're on YouTube for the simple fact of using the name to make more money, which is considering they made so much money out of the game already. Any money they make once they retire should be going to getting donated to charities and things like that. These players are millionaires and they're making more money. And I think that it shows how greedy they are when they're still trying to make even more money after they've retired. When they made more money in their playing career than we could ever dream to even see. Never mind earn in our lifetime. So yeah, as Everton there with a ball into the box and it ricochets off one of the players and seeing the replay, make sure I've got that right. It did cross into the box, and it did ricochet off the Everton player. Uh, Unfortunately for him, he didn't manage to get control of it, and it went towards goal, but straight towards the keeper, who made a comfortable save. Now Chelsea on the attack down that far side. Now on the edge of the box, and another shot, and it's straight into the back of the goal. As the goal is actually ruled off offside. So the goal will be disallowed for offside. Just going to watch this now. Chelsea with a player there. Well offside, miles offside. But yeah, it was a beautiful goal, that in fairness. Pulisic on the edge of the goal, on the edge of the box, sorry, and just bang, like a little rocket there in the back of the net. So good goal, but shame it's not allowed. But we don't want to see good goals chalked off if we could help it. But let's be honest, guys, the offside rule's been there for over 100 years, so we're not going to criticise that too much. Joey saying money, Rich Paul, laugh out loud. Yeah, absolutely. See, Joey's agreeing with me there as well. With money motivates the players. Mini Mo saying actually 41 goals, 2-0 now. Thanks for that, Mini. Appreciate the update, mate. 41 goals. All right, you're talking about Haaland, I presume, there, Mini. So thanks for that. Mini saying, Rich Paul, I think players play for themselves, not all though. But players have the power. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, and it's wrong. The power should be with the fans and the club, not with the players, in my opinion. But unfortunately, Mini is spot on there. I cannot argue with that one bit. The power does seem to be with the players these days, unfortunately. Joey's saying, I think some older players do play for managers. Think they have different morals, if you know what I mean. Yep, I get what you mean there, Joey. Obviously, I think it's a generational thing, to be honest, just that, with regards to what time period you grew up in. We got a free kick for Everton now on this near side, just on the edge of the Chelsea box. Looks like probably about 10 yards, maybe less, 8 yards from the box. From the edge of the pitch as the cross comes in, and nobody manages to get a touch on it, and it goes out behind for a goal kick, I think, unless it took any kind of deflection as it come through the body of play. Oh, yeah, Everton player did actually get a touch on that, so I think it will be a goal kick, but he didn't manage to get enough on it to direct it towards goal. Chelsea now trying to break on at Everton, as Everton managed to win the ball back just inside their own half of the pitch, and the ball eventually goes out on that far side for a throw-in. So yeah, you could be right with that, Joey. I can't argue with that, mate. I can't argue with that at all. The reality is, players make a lot of money out of football, and that you can't say that's not motivating them. I think that that is going to be them, ultimate motivational tool. But yeah, I think other factors probably play into it as well. But the main factor has got to be the money, on it for me. Joey's saying gutted Haaland at City mini laugh out loud. Yeah, I feel that same way, Joey, with De Bruyne. To be honest, because De Bruyne is a player I really like, but I wished he played for a different club. Minimo, he said players go on strike and refuse to play for their current club in order to get a move. Yep, absolutely. Well said, Minnie. That's well pointed out. To be fair, mate, can't argue with that. That's well. That's a very, very valid point to point out, because that's a big problem in the modern game, unfortunately. Um, Minnie also saying the Norwegian RoboCop. Um, right, yeah, that's reference to Haaland there. So yeah, thanks for that, Minnie. Um, Ball just being scrapped over on this near side as Everton win it back and knock it forward, but Everton uh, eventually pick it up from the returning header from Chelsea as they just keep possession on this near side, and they're just unable to keep the ball under control there, and it goes out for a throw into Chelsea. Minimo saying if only Everton had a striker. Yeah, that's a valid. Why? Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I never thought of it like that. Yeah, they don't have a striker. Well, they don't have what might be classed as a recognised striker at the moment, do they? But I think that might be a dying thing in the future, Mini, because strikers seem to be becoming rarer and rarer to find these days. Um, Chelsea there breaking hard into the Everton box. Sorry, the Everton half of the field, but surrounded by Everton players. Everton win it back. Now Chelsea on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, takes a deflection and goes over the bar. But Chelsea there trying to grab that second to see if they can kill the game off as we approach the 61st minute. So just short of half an hour to go in this one, guys. Question is, will Everton find an equaliser, or will Chelsea put the game beyond beyond Everton's reach? Joey's saying if Everton manager to stay up, um, if Everton manager to stay up, think Sean will do some magic in the summer. Yeah, I agree with that, Joey. Absolutely. I think Sean Dyche, I rate him. I think he's a really good manager. Unfortunately, he's probably never going to get a fair crack of the whip at other clubs. But my concern with Sean Dyche, I pointed this out, guys, Everton turned on Big Sam because they don't like his style of play. And the style of play that Sean Dyche uses is pretty much the same as Sam Allardyce. So my concern for Sean Dyche is that the Everton fans may turn on him next season, and if they do, they're an absolute disgrace. I don't even think Everton fans deserve a manager as good as Sean Dyche because they didn't buy into Big Sam's philosophy. So if they couldn't buy into Big Sam's philosophy, why buy into Sean Dyche's philosophy? Because it's pretty much identical. I think yet again it's just a display of Everton showing football snobbery to towards Sam Allardyce, and I'm sorry, but I'm finding it hard to I'm finding it difficult to forgive Everton for the way they treated Sam Allardyce. It was an absolute disgrace. Um, it's not like they're a Champions League contender or anything. They're not even a European contender, and yet they think their club's too big and too too that they're bigger and better. That the job is too big for Sam Allardyce. Well, I'm sorry, but um, Sam Allardyce has had more success in his career than Everton have had since I can remember in the Premier League. So yeah, um, not really acceptable that Everton show that snobbery, and I find it difficult to forgive them for that. Um, that's just my opinion, guys. If you think differently, let me know. So long ball up the field now uh, from the Everton goalkeeper as the ball takes a ricochet there with Everton trying to get the cross in on that far side, but yeah, eventually bobbles out for a throw in. So throw into Everton. Everton trying to probe Chelsea here to see if they can find any any way to get that equalising goal as the ball again knocks up the field and now bobbles out on that far side for another throw into Everton. Um, Come on, guys, pick up the pace of this game. So now Everton with their possession. Um, and now we've got a stoppage in the middle of the park for coming together as yeah, you can't be giving that as a foul. Oh my God, that is really poor of a foul. That. Oh my God, this is getting ridiculous. We're getting to the point of where we're having a non-contact sport. Right, so the ball has just come up the pitch. Neither team really had control of it on the halfway line. It was bobbling about. Both the Chelsea and Everton player went to challenge for the ball. Both players putting their foot up high um, towards the ball almost identically, and the referee awarded a free kick to Chelsea. I don't understand how you can give a free kick for that when you look at that in the replay and it's almost identical. It really is. Both players equally putting the foot up just as high as each other, equally trying to reach for the ball. No nastiness, no afters. Just both players putting the foot up, trying to win the ball. And the referee decides to give that as a foul. Honest, we're getting to the realms of non-contact sport. This is why we need answers, guys. Why we need fans to come together, and we need to start getting in touch with the football authorities to demand answers because they're changing the dynamics of the game without our input. And I'm sorry, but the reason the game is worth millions of pounds is because of you guys, the fans, and it's just shocking. It really is shocking that decisions like that are happening now because there's too much power to the Premier League and the football associations, where there's just nobody challenging them to referee to do things right to keep the traditions of the game. And that's an absolute disgrace. I'm shocked by that decision. So we've got a corner for Everton on the far side. Well, I say I'm shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm disappointed. I'm gutted. That there's no way that was a free kick. No way. Not on this. You go back 20 years. There's never in a million years would that have been given as a free kick. Never in a million years. So why should it be a free kick today? The reality is football is a contact sport. So corner comes in now for Everton, and it goes out on this near side as I think they did just take a slight touch off. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it looked like it might have been an Everton player. It come off. Oh, yeah, the Everton player did knock it back down, but as he knocked it down towards goal, it did actually just clip off the shoulder of the Chelsea player challenging him. and it's gone out for a corner on this near side. Corner comes in, it's deep, and Everton, headed back towards goal and cleared off the line, and Everton with a goal. Everton find the equaliser. Well, I'm not surprised by that one bit, guys. 68 minutes gone. Chelsea won. Everton won. As Everton managed to find that equaliser, and that is, like I said, guys, not a surprise at all. Yep, yep, definitely crossed the line. The Chelsea player hooked it back out of the goal, but he was across the line. And that definitely is rightly a goal. So Everton finding themselves an equaliser. Chelsea won, Everton won. And I said it at the start of the show, guys. I said it that I didn't think this would be straightforward for Chelsea, and it is proving that way. Everton finding that equaliser and showing that they're not here just to make up the numbers. So as we approach the 70 minutes, guys, it's 1-1. 20 minutes remaining plus added on time, and it's Dukuru that has scored that equaliser for Everton. And now the Everton fans find their voice in the away end. So the game now restarting, and Chelsea passing the ball back to their goalkeeper as Everton now close the space. That will I think that will really give Everton some serious motivation now to go after the win. So just to let you guys know, 53 minutes gone, and it's still 0-0. Still 2-0 to Manchester City in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. So, like I say, 52 minutes gone, 2-0 to City. And Joey is saying, go on, Everton. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely. So now Chelsea with the possession as the Chelsea players now tried to play out from the back down this near side, but immediately running into traffic. And now Everton win it back, and they cut it back into the midfield. And now Everton move the ball out to that far side, but Chelsea at sixes and sevens there, but they finally managed to win it back. And now Chelsea looking to try and hit Everton on the break down that far side as they run up the pitch. And now on the edge of the the Everton goal, as a shot comes in, and it's straight towards the goalkeeper Pickford, who makes a comfortable save. So yeah, absolutely, Joey. Got to agree with you there, mate. Good to see Everton. Like I say, I'm happy to see Everton do well under Sean Dyche. My frustration is with the Everton fans. Like I say, I don't think they're managed. They're the kind of fans that will buy into and to Sean Dyche's philosophy and tactics in the long term. And if they do, whether they do or they don't, there's going to be they're going to be getting criticism from me. Because if they don't, um, then they deserve criticism for their football snobbery. And if they do, then the question needs to be asked: how comes you'll accept Sean Dyche, but you won't accept Big Sam when they both play the same style of play? Um, Now Chelsea moved the ball down that far side as Everton now forced to get men back behind the ball. Now we've got claims for a penalty, and the referee awards a penalty. Oh, we've got players grappling and all sorts going on at the moment. I'm just waiting to see the replay. Oh, that's unfortunately, as much as I don't like to admit it, it is a penalty. Um, there was initial contact from the first Everton player, um, and then the second Everton player. What he was thinking, I think it was Godfrey, the first Everton player, and then the second Everton player just stuck his leg out. And what he was thinking to do that in the box, it's only going to result in one thing in it, guys, and that's a penalty. What was the Everton defenders thinking there? I think the referee just doing the VAR check, even though it's pretty clear it is a penalty. But I think it might have been Tarkowski with the leg out. Sorry, guys, just bear with us. We're just waiting to see what happens as the referee has blown his whistle and now confirms that the VAR has checked there is no offside or nothing, and it is a penalty. So Chelsea now with a penalty, and very frustrating from Everton's perspective. So Chelsea now about to take the penalty, and Pickford just jumping up and down on his line. Obviously, that's about all a goalkeeper can do. Although he could do the Dudek, couldn't he? Maybe try the Dudek. We've not seen that for a while, have we? We've not seen any goalkeepers try that for a while. As Chelsea now score that penalty, but I think that should be banned. Me, I really do. I think that should be banned where players are allowed to do that stuttering start. If a goalkeeper's not allowed to move off his line, then for me, penalty takers should have to take it in one fluent movement. You're restricting the goalkeeper's movement, but you're allowing the striker to do this stuttering start. It's such an hypocritical decision when a goalkeeper's being now instructed. You must stay on your line. You must stay on your line. You can't move off your line. So they're being restricted with their movement, but you're allowing players to have more movement with this, new fashionable stuttering start. It just lessens the chance of the goalkeeper making the save. For me, and I think it's wrong. You can't have one rule for one and another rule for other. You're basically restricting the goalkeeper, but you're giving the impetus to the strikers to allow them to try play mind games with the goalkeeper. It's just wrong. Joey is saying, "Yeah, fair point, mate. Think fans can be deluded at times." Thanks for that, Joey. Right. Is that in reference to what I was saying about Everton fans and their accept or what appears? Well, we'll see whether they accept Sean Dyke next season. They're going to accept him at the minute because they're in a relegation fight. But the question is, will they accept him next season? Although, even though I say they're accepting him now, when Big Sam came in, I think they weren't in a much better position. I think it was slightly better, but they didn't. They just didn't buy into him at all. We've got a Chelsea. Sorry, we've got Everton player down on the pitch at the minute, holding his face. I'm not actually sure what happened there because I missed that. But yeah, Chelsea player down, holding his place, and sorry, Chelsea player down with cramp as well as the Everton player with down holding his face, currently receiving treatment. As we're also about to see a substitution, guys. So 78 minutes gone, and it's Sims coming on, and it's Guaya, Guaya. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Coming off, Guaya. How do you pronounce that? Gueye. Guaya. I don't. That's just honest. Some of these names are such a mouthful to try and get your tongue around and pronounce them. And I like to pronounce names correctly, but how can you pronounce it correctly when you don't know exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced? So we just had the game restarted, and now the ball with the Chelsea goalkeeper as we approach 80 minutes gone, guys. 2-1 to Chelsea. And the ball just bobbling about there as the Everton now with the ball down this near side. And now cut back, and Everton probing as they get a pass into the box, but it's cleared up the field by Chelsea. And now Everton win it back on this near side and kick it back towards the Chelsea goal down this near flank. And Chelsea tried to see it out and do manage to see it out as the ball rolls behind for a goal kick. Um, Minute is saying, how do you stop him? 42 goals. You still talking about Haaland, Minnie? I think you've got a bit of a soft spot for him, haven't you, Minnie? I think Minnie's got a bit of a soft spot for Haaland. I don't know, mate. It's simple how you stop him. You got to remember, I've been saying this to fans all season, and nobody seems to be listening to me. But they'll see next season. Haaland is in his first season in the Premier League. He's in the honeymoon period. It's all going well for him. It's all clicking for him. It's all happy days. How many times in years gone by have we seen that from other strikers that have come to the Premier League, where it all clicks for him nicely? Um, everything they kick the ball at, it just clicks, it just works, it just goes. But for me, Haaland's true test will be next season when defenders have got to know him better, when they've got a better understanding of him, and when more clubs have got experience of defending against him. Then we'll see how good he is. It's easy to come storming into the Premier League and score goals left, right, and centre when you're not very well known by the defenders and the teams. But as we're seeing, all strikers will go through a drought period. And I expect we'll see the same with Haaland at some point. He will go through a dry spell. He will go through a spell where suddenly defenders do start to work out how to defend against him, do start to work out how to stop him. The best strikers that have been in the Premier League in previous times have gone through droughts because defenders have figured them out better and started to defend better against them. Strikers like Henry, Didier Drogba, even going back as far as Andy Cole and Robbie Fowler, they will all tell you that they had spells in their career after a while where defenders did start to figure them out and defend and make life difficult for them. So Haaland, like I said, for me, he's still in the honeymoon period at the moment. He's going to have an awesome season, no question. But like I say, for me, the real question will be, can he keep it going next season when managers, defenders, clubs have all had a year of experience of what he brings to the table, and they can counterbalance the threat that he brings. I'm not saying they're going to stop him. I'm not saying he's not going to score goals. I'm just saying he's very much in the honeymoon period at the minute, and it's all clicking for him. And we've seen that loads of times with strikers that have come to the Premier League before. But eventually, like I say, he will go through a drought period. He'll probably find it more difficult next season to score certain goals because defenders get better instructions and get a little bit better knowledge of of what runs he's going to make and what angles he's going to be looking for and what crosses he's wanting to receive in what areas of the pitch. So yeah, no question he's a talented player, mate. But like I say, I'm not buying into the hype of Haaland this season. We'll see how he gets on after he's got his honeymoon period out of the way. But thanks for that, Mini. Lawrence is saying put a grenade in his shirt. Well, fair enough, mate. Yep, that might stop him. Although I don't think that's a football tactic that's allowed, mate. But welcome to the show, Lawrence. And I like the humour, mate. But yep, like I say, mate, I don't think that's a tactic that would be going down very well, would it? And imagine the insurance claim that Manchester City would have with that as well, because they probably got him insured for millions. So yeah, but thanks for that, Lawrence. Nice bit of a joke there coming from Lawrence. Minnie's saying, "Come on, Everton." Thanks for that, Minnie. I thought you went. I thought you was focusing on the other game, mate. To be fair, but thanks for that, Minnie. As Everton now win the ball back from the ricochet. I think Minnie's dual watching matches tonight. I think she's dual watching. She's keeping an eye on both games, I think. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's that 3 o'clock kickoff's really annoying. Too many games to keep your tabs on. But yeah. So Chelsea about to make a sub, guys. 85 minutes gone. 85 minutes gone and substitution coming for Chelsea. And I think it's going to be a double substitution. So yeah, thanks for that, Minnie. Lawrence is saying, if Forest Green Rovers stay up, I'll do a belly flip into a lake. You mean a belly flop? Belly flop. Oh, yeah, I remember a lad doing that years ago when I was younger. And he did it off a high diving board that not even allowed them high diving boards anymore. They've all been scrapped. And I'll never forget it. Whoa, boy, what he come out and he looked like the beetroot man. When he got out of the pool, honest, the whole front of his chest was red raw. And I wouldn't even like to say how high that diving board was, but it was gone. That was actually, I don't even know if that swimming bath is still open, actually. That was in Wigan. But used to be an Olympic diving board at Wigan that you could dive off, but they shut it down because of health and safety. So Chelsea now with the ball cleared up the other end of the field as Everton managed to pick it up. And the ball eventually deflected out on that far side for a throw-in to Chelsea. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really been keeping track on Forest Green, Lawrence, to be honest, mate. It's not a club I'm a big fan of because I've nothing against the club. It's another great club, but I'm not really impressed with their principles of no meat pies. So I'm a traditionalist. If I go to a game, I want the right to have a meat and potato pie if I want one. I don't want a football club telling me what I should and shouldn't eat. So I'm not a big fan of Forest Green for that reason. I don't think. Don't get me wrong. Respect anybody that wants to be vegetarian. Everybody's entitled to their individual choice. I totally respect that. But a football club telling people they should be vegetarian doesn't sit very well with me. So yeah, Minute is saying that's one way, Lawrence. Yes, suppose so. Yeah, thanks for that, Minnie. Lawrence saying, yeah, Minute, laugh out loud or put food poisoning in his pre-match meal. Well, yeah, that could work as well. Although I wouldn't surprise me if these players have food tasters. To be honest, nowadays, guys. 88 minutes gone, guys. Still 2-1 to Chelsea. As Everton now knock the ball up the field and try to get some momentum going. But Chelsea winning the ball back on this near side, and now they're trying to keep some possession in the Everton half, but Everton scrapping to try and win it back, and now Everton have won it back, and a long ball forward, but the Everton forward player there unable to intercept it as it goes over his head and straight to the Chelsea goalkeeper. The Chelsea keeper knocks it out to the far side, and Everton pick it up, and now Everton are with a long ball forward. As Everton now break into the box. Oh, Everton scored! Oh, Everton with a smash and grab to level the score. Well, credit to Everton there. What did I say to you guys? I said that this wouldn't be a foregone conclusion. I did say I thought that Everton would be tough to beat today under Sean Dyche. Too many people before this game just thought that Chelsea were just going to have to go through the motions and it would be a convincing win. But I never thought that at all. I know better. I'm a Bolton fan. I've had my club managed by a manager like Sean Dyche, so I know what he brings to the table. And if the players buy into it, it works. And this is a clear example of the Everton players buying into Sean Dyche's tactic. They have become a bit of a nightmare for Chelsea tonight in this game. Chelsea's struggling to deal with them. They've got the noses in front twice, and twice Everton have pegged them back and just not giving it up. I said it to you guys earlier in the game. Everton have got that mentality of just not giving things up now, and that is an asset to any team. They were showing it early in the early stages of the game, running balls down, running into the corners when it looked like it was worthless chasing the ball, but they were still chasing it in impossible situations where it just looked pointless to be chasing it. They never gave it up. Closing spaces from the front. Like I say, if you guys get a chance to watch this game, watch the highlights, I'm sure you'll see some aspects of Everton's determination. And like I say, just that hunger and that stubbornness is there. And you can see that the players are buying into the manager's tactics because they're working hard. They're closing spaces and not giving things up. And they were looking like they were on the end of a 2-1 defeat there, but they've kept probing away at Chelsea and trying to get the ball up the other end of the field. And eventually they did, and they got that equaliser. As Chelsea now trying to find a winner as they knock the ball out to that far side with a cross into the box, and it's headed away. But Chelsea pick it up on the halfway line with the goalkeeper, and now knock it forward as Chelsea then cross the ball out to that far side, looking for an opportunity to get a cross in, and Everton defending it well, and the ball has gone behind for corner. I think it's a corner to Chelsea. So, yeah, Chelsea with a corner on the far side. Joey's saying, so true, guys. Sorry, guys. I'll come back to comments in a minute. Corner comes in as it's deflected away, and Chelsea pick it up just outside the box and forced to play it back to the keeper. But Chelsea living dangerously here. The keeper has come all the way up to almost the halfway line to allow Chelsea to press further forward. But if Everton get that ball back, a long ball down that field, and they could score in an open net. As another cross comes into the Everton box, and it's headed away and goes out on that far side. And yet again, the Chelsea players pass back to the goalkeeper, who has come right out of his goal. Everton living really dangerously here. All it would take would be Everton to nick that ball back and just take a brave shot down the field, and they could score a goal. Everton now chasing the ball as Chelsea play the ball along the back line. and now forced to come back as they try to play the ball forward down that far side, but now work it out to this near side. Um, Chelsea now with a chip into the box and it's headed away by Everton. Just get that ball, Everton, and you have a great chance. But they don't manage to keep it. And now Chelsea pick it up on the edge of the box and swing it out to that far side. And now a foul awarded to the Chelsea player. 93 minutes gone, guys. 5 minutes added on time. So we're 3.5 minutes into that added on time. So only 90 seconds remaining. And we're going to have a free kick out there on that far side for Chelsea. Not really good not really good area for a shot at goal, but a great area for a nice little chip into the box. As that's exactly what happens, and Chelsea pick it up as it bobbles about on the edge of the box. Not the best cross into the box there, to be fair, but Chelsea trying to come again, and another cross into the box, and it's headed behind for another corner, I think, on this near side this time. So Joey's saying, so true so true, Gaz. I mean, look at Salah. His goals has dried up. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's still scoring great. He is still scoring goals because I think he's still into about 20 goals this season. So I believe. But obviously, he's the amount of goals that he's scored. As the corner is taken, and it's again headed behind for another corner to Chelsea on that far side. But yeah, you're right, Joey. He's the amount of goals he scored has dropped off significantly, hasn't it, mate? I'm sure he was getting close to 20 goals though, about that this season. But the amount of goals he scored in the last few seasons has dropped off dramatically. As another corner comes in and it's knocked away by Everton, and there goes the full-time whistle. So Everton have scrapped away and managed to get themselves a point out of this game. And I'm sure Chelsea will be feeling disappointed, like an opportunity missed. But to be fair, I don't think it really is an opportunity missed, other than the fact that it's a home game. You have to give credit to to Everton. Like I say, I never thought that it was going to be an easy game today for Chelsea. So yeah, thanks for that, Joey. I agree, mate. Mo Salah's goals have dried up a lot, but like I say, he is still scoring in it. He's just not scoring as fluently as he was last season. So yeah, great point there from Joey. Minnie, he said, who had 2-1 prediction? I don't know, but I know we didn't have a 2-2 prediction. I don't remember one anyway, so not sure. Can't remember now, Minnie. Joey is saying, go on, Everton. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, Everton managing to find that equaliser and get themselves somewhat out of this game. Joey's saying, don't think anyone had 2-1 Everton. I can't remember, to be honest, guys. I'd have to go. Let's go quickly look because you guys seem to be quite interested in it. So let's quickly. Right. So we had Minnie with a 2-0 score prediction. Let's have a look. We had Stevie with a 2-1 prediction for Chelsea to win. We had Minnie saying, all right, sorry, that was referring to the other game, wasn't it? My bad. So Minnie with 2-1, Minnie with 2-0, Stevie with 2-1. But all thinking that it would be a Chelsea win. I'm just quickly looking to see what other score predictions we had. Nat said Chelsea 2-0. No, I don't think. No, we didn't have anybody predict an Everton win. So yeah, nobody predicted Everton win there, guys. So yep, you're right, Joey. Nobody predicted an Everton win, mate. To be fair. Mini Mo is saying, spoke too soon. No worries, mate. Rich Bo Sports saying, what I went to the shops, come back and look what happened is this why the Premier League is better than most soap operas. Well for Everton. Yeah, absolutely, Rich Bo Sports. Like I say, um, I think people that just don't, just thought that Chelsea were going to win it, not giving consideration for the fact that of what Sean Dyche brings to a team. Like I say, um, you know, I think sometimes it's easy to just go with, oh yeah, Chelsea should win it, and that's what people lean towards sometimes. But for me, that's where it's, this is where fans and football pundits, particular pundits, need to show their football knowledge, because I heard loads of pundits on the radio earlier thinking that it was just going to be an easy walk in the park for Chelsea, and that just does to show their lack of football knowledge, because they didn't give that um, consideration to what Everton would bring to the table under Sean Dyche leadership, which is foolish, because we've all seen what he did with Burnley. Now he's managing a better club with a slightly better quality of players. So you can expect the same as what you saw at Burnley, but better, slightly better. Because, like I say, if the players buy into his philosophies and his tactics, they are slightly better quality players than Everton than Burnley would have at their disposal. So yeah, thanks for that, Rich Bo Sports. Football is that kind of game, mate, where you can't look away from it for a second. It can all can happen, and believe me, I've figured that out just sitting here. Start talking to you guys for a minute or two, look up, and the game has turned on its head. So yeah, it's that kind of sport, mate. That's why we love it. Minimo is saying Billy will not be happy. Yeah, not. I'm surprised. I'm sure he won't be. We're not even really seen him that much this week, to be honest, mate. So yeah, I'm sure you're right. Billy won't be happy. But like I said, I've not really seen him much this week. Minimo saying thanks for tonight, guys. No worries, Minnie. Really appreciate you coming, getting involved, mate. Always great to see you. And yeah, thank you very much to you also, Minnie. Like I say, appreciate the positivity, and always appreciate you guys thanking me. But I always like to thank you guys as well, because you guys contribute to making all the shows interesting, and with some of the great chat comments you leave in the chat. So thank you very much, Minnie. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Minnie's saying, see you tomorrow, folks. Okay, Minnie, enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate. Stay safe, and hopefully you're home now after. Well, I'm not sure if you went to the game today, but keep your chin up, mate. Hopefully Hibs will start to get some more positive results when you guys come back after the international break. But Scotland with a very winnable game next Saturday. So hopefully, Minnie, you're looking forward to that. But thank you very much for coming, getting involved tonight. Great to see you, mate. And like I say, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Rich Bo Sports saying, take care, Minnie. Nice one, Rich Bo. Awesome, mate. Appreciate you guys always welcoming and saying goodbye to each other. Top class stuff. Joey saying, absolutely, Rich Bo. Anything can happen in football and gives you so many different emotions. Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Joey. Spot on there with the observation about the different emotions. Got to agree with you, mate. Joey saying, bye, Minnie. Nice one, mate. Nice one, Rich Bo and Joey there saying goodbye to Minnie. And Joey saying, I predict Everton win, but 1-0. I predicted Everton. Right. Yeah, you came in the chat a bit later, didn't you? So sorry, Joey. I missed that, mate. My bad. I just went to the top of the chat and looked at the first few predictions. So yes, yeah, you did, mate. My bad. I've just forgot. So yeah, Joey did actually predict an Everton win. So yeah, I forgot. Like I said, I just forgot that, mate. Thanks for reminding me. Rich Bo Sport. Joey's saying, Joey, can anyone predict which three teams could get relegated. I can't. I know there's so many teams down there in the mix of that relegation battle, so it could go either way, couldn't it? It's just so difficult to call it right now. But we'll be keeping a closer eye on that, I'm sure, as we come towards the end of the season. We'll be giving some coverage, hopefully, to those relegation battling clubs. So thanks for that, Rich Bo. Joey's saying no, Rich Bo, not at Mo. It's so tight. It is. It is. It's so. It's. It's crazy down there at the moment. Um. So yeah, totally agree with that. Rich Bo Sports saying Sean Dyke is a manager that players run through walls for. Thankfully for character. Thankful for characters like him. Football is more than money. Heart, passion, commitment. Keep up the good work, Gaz. Keep up the good work, Gaz, and all. Thank you very much, Rich Bo. Really appreciate the positivity, mate. And yeah, absolutely, what you're saying is right about Sondike. It brings a different aspect, doesn't he, as a manager? So yeah, totally agree with you there, mate. Like you say, the game is about the passion and showing heart and commitment, as you say. And I think Sean Dyke is very good at reminding players of that. So yeah, I totally agree, mate. And thank you very much for the positive comment as well, Richard. Really appreciate it, mate. And yeah, we'll keep up the grind as we keep trying to get Fanden to the next stage so that I can start doing more stuff. But thank you very much for that, Rich Bo. Really appreciate it, mate. Joey's saying, thanks, guys. Gonna go sort the kids out. See you next time. No worries, Joey. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate you coming, getting involved tonight. And like I say to all you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe. And yeah, I'm going to jump off because I've got a few things I need to try and do that I've been meaning to try and do all week and just not got round to because of the consistency of keeping the streams going. So yeah, might as well jump off while it's quite a quieter stream and go and try and get some things done. So thanks, Joey. Appreciated, mate. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Same for you, Rich Bo Sports as well. Thank you very much, mate. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And like I say, hopefully see you guys again soon over the next few days. Look after yourselves, guys. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend. But that's it from me for now. Take care. Bye.